Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am really glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, January 5th, 2024. As you can see in the corner of the screen, we have a visitor on the tarot table. The cats have started to get comfy and cozy with the new studio, which is a fancy name for a spare bedroom that's being used for the channel. So what I wanted to do tonight was take a quick look and do a comparison read about possible answers to what happened recently on New Year's Eve at the Brookside Mall in Miami. I've had a lot of viewers want to have that investigated in some way. And so I thought, hey, let's do it. Now, first of all, I'm going to take you to a compilation that you can access by clicking on the link to my Facebook page that will be in the video description box. There's lots of information out there. You don't need my compilation to do it. My compilation is by no means all the information that's out there, but it's interesting because the internet is being scrubbed of videos and accounts of this incident. So you may want to take some screenshots if this is a topic that has interested you, that you think you might want to refer back to later. Okay, now, so I don't get my hand slapped since there is some scrubbing going on with this. I just want to remind you that all my videos are for entertainment purposes only. Yes, I try to give you accurate information, and I try to get the best and most accurate information from the tarot reads as possible. But again, that's what my effort is. Officially, this video is for entertainment purposes, so enjoy. Okay, I'm going to do a share screen. The cat has moved. We'll look at that compilation and then we'll see what the universe wants us to know. 1 second. Okay, here is just a few little snippets, the comments that people have had about this incident. The scanners were cut. Multiple people claim they saw 8 to 10 foot aliens or very tall something, and it caused shoppers panic. There were black helicopters flying and things were blocked off. Power was cut for a few blocks around the mall, and that impacted 65,000 homes or people. I'm not sure which that was. Okay, DC Drano said, so are we not going to be told the truth about why Miami had possibly the biggest police response I've ever seen in my life? They're saying it was for teenagers fighting. What really happened? Okay, and I'll just let you read that if you'd like. Now, here are a few items at different sources that I found. Okay, TikTok had this person saying, why aren't we talking more about it? This was from Matthew Stevens 799. Okay. Then we have, this is a YouTube video that talks about the incident and how the area was closed off after. You can see the massive police response. And the official version of what happened is that teenagers were fighting with sticks and fireworks. Okay. I went to X or Twitter, and here is a tweet about it, about the incident. This lady does a beautiful summary, and she's careful to say that this is for entertainment purposes only. This was actually her video was my first introduction to the topic. Now, also on Twitter or X, Ariel, who I follow and would suggest that you follow, has promised to keep compiling firsthand accounts and video as it's available, even though it's being scrubbed. And it is under this tweet that shows the Men in Black insignia. Very good to follow. Then within that, here was a firsthand account one of our viewers shared. That about 2 hours after that, there were men in dark suits going door to door, threatening people not to talk for national security. Same person goes on to say, my girlfriend lives there. She is in Hialeah, only 10 minutes away from that shopping center. She could hear the sirens and the helicopters. Within a couple of hours, there were men in military uniforms going door to door, confiscating phones and recording devices. There is definitely something going on that's being covered up. Okay, now the criticisms, and I'm sure some of it comes from three-letter agencies. If the government is interested in not having this incident become public and credible, they're going to be putting out a lot of misinformation, and they're crying, proof, 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 proof. We want proof. All of a sudden, that's the thing of the day. I actually am somewhat reassured that the footage I'm seeing is grainy. It was obviously amateurly done at the moment. I take it, as fairly credible that if this truly did involve off-world energy, recording devices were malfunctioning. That's something we frequently hear when that situation is ongoing. So that made some sense. But for those who want proof and facts, let's look at a few things that are provable, that are facts, before we get into the terror element of this. Okay, number one, there was a power cut to 65,000 homes within blocks of this incident. Okay, power cut. The largest police response people have seen in their entire lives, over 200 vehicles, and then all those black helicopters. Okay. Miami airport was shut down following this incident for a lot of hours. And people say they want proof. What about the proof that the official story is right? I'm not seeing any footage of these teenagers fighting with sticks and fireworks. I'm not seeing that. So I think something happened. And when I was trying to think what it could be, now my first response days ago was, the cards told people months ago that as our 4D reality becomes more consistent and what we're all part of, there is there's going to be cloaking and other masks and false fronts that are going to be fading. Back when that lady was saying that MF is not real, that was when we got that information, was that in 4D, that's going to be more and more common and occur more often. So my first thought was 4D environment wasn't conducive to the cloaking of whatever this was. Then, but I still want to have that as one of my possibilities. I'm setting up to do a comparison read here. So let's talk about the three things, the three rows, and what they're going to be about. Number one, we're going to do one, was this a 4D, because we're in 4D, was this some kind of glitch that the cloaking or invisibility capabilities of a non-human, I'm not going to get into whether it was ETs or demonic, let's just say non-human, that their cloaking abilities were glitching because of 4D. Then the second one, was this an intentional appearance by non-humans? And again, we're going non-humans to include the possibilities of off-world visitors, ETs, or interdimensional demonic type of creatures. And then the third option, was this all a psyop to gauge reaction to a holographic predetermined thing? I think with that huge police response, it caught a lot of official things off guard. So I'm not thinking it's a psyop. Now they're getting into turning it into a false flag and putting out lots of false information about it. And as I said, there's a lot of scrubbing going on. So let's see which of those three options. Top row is going to be, was this a glitch because we're in 4D? So did some non-human technology glitch, or non-human, was there a glitch because of 4D wasn't conducive to it working well and as consistently as when we were in 3D? Number two, was this an intentional non-human appearance for whatever reason? Did they intend to appear? Was it intentional? And I've heard that one of the theories is, as the food supply underground has been drying up, we're going to have more appearances like this. So intentional. So we got the glitch, we got the intentional, and third one, is this a human psyop in some form or fashion? Let's see what the cards have to say. So we'll have 3 rows. We'll compare those 3 options. I'm hoping I've narrowed it down to the 3 broad options, and we'll see what the cards have to say. I have to move Kat. She's back. And I'll switch the camera and you can watch me work with the cards, and we'll find out together which of those comparisons seems to have some validity, if any. All right. Okay, let's see what the universe wants us to know. Again, this is a comparison read. Top row is asking, was this some sort of a glitch because of the 4D environment doesn't causes some malfunctions in cloaking or other ways that beings hide. Number 2, was this simply an intentional non-human appearance for whatever reason? And the cards will give us some insights if that seems to be the possibility. And then the third one is this a purely human psyop for whatever reason, gauging reactions to Project Bluebeam type of thing, holographic falsehoods, whatever. Let's find out. Okay. For the glitch scenario, first card is the 4 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. Now, for the option about, was this an intentional, non-human appearance? We have the Page of Cups, 4 Pentacles, 7 of Swords, King of Swords, and Knight of Cups. Then for the human-generated psyop, for whatever reason, we have the Star, Judgment, Justice, 5 of Cups, and Temperance. Let's look at these 3 rows and see. What I am getting right now is that my preferred guess wasn't the right one. I was wondering if this was a result of our plane of existence being more in 4D and, just a malfunction of some cloaking technology or abilities on the part of some non-human visitors. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. Although we are getting told that there's a little more to this than we phrased in the question, because with this card, there's always some information that's not quite readily available. Okay, now the King of Cups can be very circumspect with, poker face, that kind of thing. Now let's look at what the cards are saying. This first card is going to be talking about the situation we're asking about, the scenario we're asking about. This one's going to clarify a little more what card 1 said. Now this card is some advice or insights. So, pardon me, hidden influences. And then this is advice and insights. And this last one is the potential outcome if we accept those insights and moving forward. Okay, so situation number 1, we have the 4 cups. So as phrased, this doesn't seem to be quite the right answer to what's going on. The King of Cups, again, a little tricky. I'm getting the information that if I had phrased this question differently, I might have gotten a little different information. That's kind of interesting, because the hidden influences is the High Priestess, which is a card showing some intuitive possibilities as well as some secrets, usually information that is very close to being revealed. The Queen of Pentacles for our Insights card is a card that talks about tranquility and kind of a security. So, you know, if this had been the option, it would have been different. And then the final card, potential outcome. Again, if we accept this and the insights that all is well, that this is, as phrased, this isn't our answer. We could have come to an understanding and kind of a final answer with this one. Now, here's why I'm saying that the middle row seems to be a little more likely as far as this one. This was the row that was talking about, was this an intentional appearance on the part of non-humans? The Page of Cups shows up here, and the Page of Cups is a card that shows some guidance and even a surprise, and definitely their appearance was a surprise. The clarifying card here is the Four of Pentacles, which talks about kind of conserving your resources. So if this wasn't, and it seems to have been, an intentional non-human appearance, it was by no means what they could have done. They were being very careful in showing themselves, where and how and to what extent they showed themselves. Now, the hidden influences, we got the card talking about being a little bit sneaky. And again, I don't think, I don't get any feeling that there was severe malice going on the part of those visitors. But definitely there was, they were acting, I think, without approval of those they might answer to. Now, that's their hidden influence, was, you know, the trickiness. Now, the advice card, the insight card, is the King of Swords, which is a card of truth, which kind of tended to make me think this was the row that was getting closer to the correct choice of what was going on. The King of Swords. And King of Swords is a card, again, of truth and knowledge. And the outcome for this one, Knight of Cups, is also interesting. What that's telling us is, if this is indeed where the truth most lies in this comparison read, they are going to be trying to muddy the waters with fake videos and discrediting and putting pressure on people, eyewitnesses, to recant. We've already seen some of that going on. And so that's why this is my preferred, the one that I think we got closest to the truth. All right. So now the PSYOP option. You would think, with all the major arcana showing up in this row, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas, that this would be our truth one, that it was a PSYOP. But I'm getting that if there was a PSYOP element to it, it actually really did have a non-human origin. So the star, in political reads, I'd love to see this. This isn't a political read, this is a situation read, and it's just an optimism card. This is a card, judgment, kind of self-explanatory, just saying that there's no way to escape, sometime answering to the consequences of your actions. Justice, again, self-explanatory. And this one is for the hidden influence, okay? I get the feeling that there are some agencies that are kicking themselves for not thinking of this themselves, to do this and gauge public reaction and acceptance of false information, holographic representation, what have you. The advice or insight card on this is, again, there's a little bit of sadness going on. And so we can look for more incidents to happen. I think they're going to, three-letter agencies are putting their heads together and making a playbook where they can have more items like this happen. And as they want to distract us and take us away from truth seeking, there are distractions that are planned and executed, and this may indeed be one that we see moving forward. The outcome here is just a call to moderation. So be aware that while this incident on New Year's Eve most likely really did have a non-human intentional appearance aspect to it, there's going to be more coming out that is going to be PSYOP, false flappy thing, human generated. And be ready to use your discernment use common sense, use logic in what you accept, what you believe, what you see, and just be careful out there. So let's recap. We did a comparison read about 3 possible broad explanations of what happened at Brookside Mall in Miami on New Year's Eve. And option 1, which was kind of where my intuition was leading me, was to ask, was this some sort of a glitch in abilities or technologies that are used for cloaking by non-human visitors or what have you? And it was interesting, that line did say, kind of told me that there was, that if I'd asked the question a little differently, I might have gotten a different response, but we were looking at 3 broad possibilities. And the middle one was this an intentional appearance on the part of non-humans? We use the phrase non-humans to encompass the possibility of both ETs or interdimensional demonic influences. The situation was indicated by the Page of Cups, so which is kind of a surprise. And the Page of Cups can be any of the cups can be a little tricky. Let's just put it that way. All right. Now, so that we kind of got they were kind of up to something there. They could have done much more, absolutely much more. The card talking about hidden influences was, again, bolstering the idea that they actually could have shown themselves a lot differently and a lot more. And that I think that whoever these entities or non-humans answer to, they were acting without full authority, was just kind of interesting. So little rule breakers there. The inside card was, and this is the one that told me this was the most truthful of the options as we asked the universe, was the King of Swords, which is a card of truth and also, and some wisdom going on here. With any of the kings, you get some wisdom, okay? But he's a card of truth and also often of justice. And then just a little advisory for us moving forward. There's going to be a lot of, again, a pressure on people that were there to recant their stories. There's going to be doctored and altered video out there to make the possibility that this was a surprise to the authorities and what have you, and people that said no. Again, where's the video of the teenagers fighting with sticks, and when have teenagers fighting with sticks required a response of closing airports, shutting off power to thousands of homes? I mean, and having 200 police cars and helicopters responding. They didn't do that for any of the BLM shenanigans, did they? So that's it for this video. It does seem that our those appearances were intentional and they were on the part of non-humans, according to what we got from the cards so far. So there you have it. Again, this video is for entertainment purposes. If a little enlightenment or broadening of perspectives happens in the process, great. Until next time, I send you love and light and wish everything bright for you.